Crackberry.com.
Hey everybody, Kevin here for Crackberry Live, joined with Adam Zeiss. And we've got Paul Dumais with us today for this segment. So we're going to talk apps. We're going to talk IT Manager, which is what you're doing now, very focused on. But before we get to it, Paul, I want to introduce you for something to me you're well known for, but maybe our readers don't know, our audience doesn't know. You built Blackberry World.
Yeah, we started in 2008, and first announced it at the first ever Blackberry Jam, and then or the Blackberry DevCon it was called at that time. Then we launched it 6 months later from zero to a shipped product at CTIA, and April 1st, I think it was April 1st, 2009. I think we launched Blackberry App World at that time. It was called. Yeah.
And then from there, obviously, getting the apps to consumers is one thing. You decided, let's build some apps and build a company around that.
Exactly. We got, my whole goal was, get App World to a point where it was a great marketplace and had all the different billing methods we wanted: credit card billing, carrier billing, PayPal billing, and and get the product to a point where people could build companies and survive off of selling apps inside of App World, and put in all the commercial aspects that App World needed to make it successful. And so about 2 years ago, I left RIM and started a company, and we decided to start building apps and filling the catalog. Look at the apps that are missing in App World. The low-hanging fruit is what we called it, and and so we started a company. The company's called Smarter Apps, and we built a bunch of apps. We built some of our first ones was a YouTube app. We thought, hey, there's no YouTube app on Blackberry. We said, why isn't there a YouTube app on Blackberry? Well, there wasn't, so we built that. Then we started building. Then we started looking at games, and I remember you posted. You posted something saying, for the old Java Blackberries, you said Angry Birds isn't coming, and so we said, why not?
It was really funny for us because I'm a very analytics-driven guy. I like looking at numbers and things, and I kept seeing traffic coming to Crackberry for Angry Birds for Blackberry, which didn't exist, right? So I wrote a post based on that.
Exactly, and because of that post, that day, basically, we said, well, why don't we experiment and see if we can figure out how to get birds to fly through the air and things to fall down, and do some physics, develop a physics engine in Java.
So essentially, we have Kevin to thank for Angry Farm.
So we built. So we built Angry Farm because of the fact that it wasn't there. We love Blackberries. We wanted to play the game, and it wasn't there. So we did that, and we built some other apps. Like people wanted Instagram, and there was no Instagram. So we built this app called Instaphoto, which is basically styles your photos.
And I think this is why Crackberry, we all have a love affair with your apps, because you always bring stuff to the platform that's it's filling a void, and it's always done well.
Yeah. Because we've had lots of experience. Like I've been building Blackberry apps for the last 14 years, and with the transition to Blackberry 10, where we started to look at it, we used all those apps to bootstrap our company, and with the transition to Blackberry 10, we thought, let's look at something bigger, right? We want to build something that's even bigger than some of these one-off apps that we built in the last few years, and I actually went back to my roots before I was at RIM. I built another company called Idokuro, which was later renamed Rove. That company was sold to another company in the U.S. in the last couple of years, and I decided to get back into that market because I think it's a huge market, and it's not served, and there's some really great products. And so we made a new app called IT Manager, and at Idokuro, our product was a client-server app. We actually, to manage your servers, you actually need a client on the Blackberry device and a server on your back end, right? And I thought these new Blackberries are so powerful, we can actually embed that server component right into the device. Right? Because the old Java Blackberries were fairly the code was all written in Java, and it wasn't very powerful. And the new devices, it's C++, has powerful processors, so you can actually do all those APIs right in the device.
And so we can take a look at it today?
Yeah, so our new app is called IT Manager, and we only launched this 2 weeks ago on Blackberry 10. And so here you can see I've got 3 different sets of servers configured on this device, and I can see my Blackberry server if I click on the Bez. And here I can see my Bez, and I can actually see my users, my groups, my IT policies. So here at the conference, most people here are Bez administrators. This is very familiar to them. They usually access this through a web interface at their desktop. But here they can access it on their Blackberry device. So I can go in and see my users, load all my users on my Bez server, and I can add a user to my Bez, or I can go and click on a user on the Bez. And let's say he lost the device, he needs his device wiped. I can see, well, there's his playbook, and click on it, and if I want to, I can wipe his playbook right here from my Blackberry.
In a matter of what, like a whole minute? You
Exactly.
know, it takes you to do that?
Exactly. Some people were saying, well, you can access this through the web interface, through the
Sure.
browser, but you just can't do it quickly like this in a native Cascades UI.
Yeah.
So, and same thing with other remote access, like accessing, how about accessing a Windows box remotely? So
there
here I
you
can
go.
actually do a connection to my Windows box,
Wow.
right? So there's one of
great.
my
Fast and
servers, right?
smooth, too.
Yeah, and that's all because of, you know, the connections and Cascades and, you know,
So when
the-
Torsten Heinz talks about mobile computing,
Yeah.
this is kind of
Exactly.
It's legit.
Exactly. So how about Unix servers, routers, switches? So here's a terminal to a Unix box, right? And I can just type in some commands here, some Unix commands, and
That's great.
you know, it's full remote access to all people's servers that they might manage right from their device.
So when it comes to selling something like this, you're going to bigger enterprises where they have their IT admins.
Exactly.
Do you sell based on the number of users on an
exactly,
install?
it's all based on number of administrators inside of the
Okay.
company. We actually sell this in App World. So the app is free. People download it from App World, and then with an in-app purchase, they actually unlock the management features.
Got it.
And it's subscription based. It's $100 a year per admin. And then they can just go ahead and use it, and
Great.
you know, but yeah, we go ahead and we sell it to enterprises, and it's a great, you know, solution. And Blackberry is a great enterprise device, and you know, so
That's
Pretty
perfect.
awesome.
Paul,
makes
that's
makes
awesome.
me want to run a Bez now, just so I can use the app.
So you use the app.
Yeah.
Paul, really great walkthrough
No
there.
problem.
Congrats on all the success too over the
Yep.
years. You've done a lot of things in the BlackBerry space, big time, you know, mobile space. So
Yep.
great having you on the show. I think that's it. People can find you. They know where to find you. The app's in BlackBerry World, IT Manager. Smarter apps still running on the side?
Yes.
No, yes, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
no problem.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
That's it for this episode of Crackberry Live. Stay tuned. We got more coming right at you.
Actually,
We're
we're
done.
going to take a 10-minute break.
10-minute break.
Tell everybody to just
Me
hang
too.
out for 10 minutes.
We're going to shut things down, or
We're
we're
not
just
going
going
to shut it down. We're going to leave it live, but everybody's hopping off, get a drink, take a 10-minute break.
Wow, we can
and then
do
we'll
that?
be right back.
I didn't know we had an
John,
option
John
to
thinks
take
we're
breaks.
dying, so he's going to kick us off.
Okay, excellent.
Well, thanks, man.
Thank
We
you.
Paul,
appreciate
thanks so
it.
much.
That's
That's great.
Thanks
Great
a lot.
seeing you.